Yeah.
What up? What up?
What up, y'all? The moment you've all been waiting for.
Been a long time coming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, indeed. Yes, sir, indeed. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. This is Men of Letters, a new podcast. And I am one of your hosts, Shad.
And I'm also one of your hosts, Kobe Taylor.
And we are here to freak you the fuck out.
I guess you can leave the Taylor out, right? We're brothers, so if you can't tell,
You
we
can't
are
tell.
siblings. So
We're singing and we're happy and we're colored. Give me a high five.
Hey,
Hey. We appreciate everybody for joining for our first episode of Men of Letters. And I am trying to get it to where I can see I gotta go to my events to see if I can, because there's gonna be some people in
while he does
Facebook.
that, I'm gonna quick. Thank you. Give me the quick little, I guess, what summary or of what
give me a
we're
breakdown.
doing here. I guess so. Me and Rashad have always been into paranormal. Well, paranormal. Hidden history. You aliens, UFOs, anything of that nature. And we've always talked about it like just, on the phone or sharing, like, on TikTok or on Instagram. We share reels of creepy stuff. And then one day we're like, well, why don't we have our own podcast and of our reaction to these things. And not only that, we know a lot about, or at least Rashad definitely knows a lot about, like, conspiracies when it comes to, our history, where we came from. I wouldn't say conspiracies, but I guess history, right? And they kind of colluded, right?
Hidden history that they don't like to tell us, that they've kind of buried in the in different religions and things like that. But it's stuff that I've it's rabbit holes that I've gone down, and it got me convinced that I believe in to be true. A lot of that kind of spawns from the ancient aliens and all that stuff. So just part of the crazy wacky stuff that we like to talk about and research and now share with you guys. So super excited about that.
Share how we react to things and share how we feel about certain things, even religious-based stuff. We kind of dive into that a little bit and kind of share our opinion on how we feel religion is portrayed to people to kind of, I guess, in some ways control people. So yeah, I mean, I'll be down the line, and tonight will be like our first episode. So it should be fun, just kind of dive into some of the things that we have lined up for you guys today. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I think a big thing me and bro want also is like, interactions and you sharing even stories about what's happened to you in the past when it comes to maybe ghosts or UFO sightings. All of that. This is a very interactive platform we want to have. So I'm glad that we have people joining us today.
Well said, brother. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to follow the comments on Facebook.
Now, do any of the comments come up on the StreamYard device or?
Yeah, so you go to comments up there in the corner. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know where you came in. If you came in as your admin or
I can see the comment. I don't see anybody that's sending that. I'm making sure.
Ain't nobody said nothing yet.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's our first episode. I'm not thinking people would. So just making sure I'm not missing anything, I guess. There we go. I see you.
You'll see comments from us.
Okay. All right. Exactly.
So, and as you can see, the Facebook one is missing. I used to get Facebook, but StreamYard has changed some things. So, but it is what it is. Yeah. We'll work through it, man. And by the way, everybody, Kobe put together that background image. Where did you find that? That is awesome.
I just put it on Canva and was like, two brothers with some lanterns, kind of like in haunted woods, and
right.
They gave me some weird stuff, and I was like, maybe we'll put a hat on us, and Now we look like two brothers who are pilgrims, but it's all good, you know.
No, it's great. No, I could. It's almost it gives me like a Brothers Grimm vibe
Yeah.
to it. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's like I like the representation of it. So that's why I flipped us in the
Oh, I like that.
in
I
the
like
thing.
that. Yeah,
I
I
put
get
you
why
like
you did
him.
that. Okay.
He's a little shorter than me, y'all. He's a little shorter than me.
No,
So
I am. I'm a shorty. It's all right.
so this is exciting. We got an exciting one here today for you guys. And I want to say that Kobe you might be more of the expert in regards to this, man. Can you tell the people what we will be talking about today?
If we kind of going by order on the notes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this is just to kind of eat us into like some of the things that me and Rashad like to talk about and kind of think about what would you do in that situation. So this is a slap cam episode. Slap cam's like a big YouTube channel that dives into like the paranormal and the weird and the creepy.
They got some great videos too.
Great videos. Some I don't think are real, but it's all up in interpretation too.
Right.
And to be fair, all this stuff that we go through, that you will take the journey on, we don't 100% believe in everything.
No, we
So,
do not. No, we do
just
not.
to put that in there, like it's more fun than anything else. So, you watch these videos and think me and Rashad are like, oh, these are all real. It's
Right.
not. Oh, thanks, mom. It's not.
Hey,
It's
Mom.
not what we think. But it's just fun, all fun. And so today, I think we're gonna kind of react to it, go through kind of each of these episodes, or sorry, clips that they're gonna show us and kind of react to it. I hope we get some input tonight. All good. The first episode, I'm not expecting a lot of input, but yeah, come watch with us. It should be fun.
Yeah, it should be a good time. Super excited about this. And like Kobe said, we will be starting with cryptids. And I'm just gonna put a little banner down here just so you kind of know what a cryptid is. A cryptid is a creature that is said to exist but has never been proven to do so. Cryptids can be animals such as Sasquatch or the Loch Ness Monster, or they can be mythological or legendary characters. They don't have to be supernatural or strange. Blah 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 blah.
You know what's crazy too is that some cryptids have been made on the internet, and we'll get into this later. But people have seen these cryptids out in the wilderness, so it's like things you've heard of. Like I think a big example of that thing was Slender Man. Slender Man was kind of a creepypasta. Creepypasta is like a Reddit that like they make up these creepy stories. And that was a creepy made up thing, which people are now seeing. They're seeing the Slender Man, for example, out in the woods and stuff like that. So should be fun, and I hope you guys get kind of weirded out like we do when we watch these episodes.
Right. So Kobe, do you want to drive on that? You want me to drive?
I think you need to drive until I get a better setup. So,
okay.
They won't hear the audio on my end. So.
All right, fair enough. Let me. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I picked the wrong thing. That's right. When we were doing our practice run, we saw that didn't work. I picked the wrong thing. Hold on.
No, take your time. And yeah, unfortunately, I'll get my stuff going, guys. Don't worry about it.
All right, so let me share this, and we're going to start by this slow computer. All right, we're gonna go viewers on edge after creepy video, right?
I think it should be in the notes, bro. Should be what I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm not seeing the right one. Should be cryptids. Should be just. Bear with us. We'll get it figured out. It should be like yep, I sent you the wrong one. My bad, bro.
Did you?
That might not be the right one. So bear with us. Let me get this together real quick.
No, not that one. It's not that one. All right. No worries. We're making it do what it do. I'll pull up my text.
That's on me. I thought I had the right ones.
No worries. I'll stop sharing.
But yeah, so there's some cryptids in this episode that are kind of like, maybe, and other ones are like, okay, like that could be something.
That's creepy.
So I'm just gonna text it to you, bro, so you can just have it right there for you.
Okay, all right. So there'll just be a little delay in the text, but we should be straight.
Yeah, there's definitely some ones I'm like, I don't know. That seemed like it was definitely like a computer generated thing. But it's just all fun. So don't try to suspend reality for a little bit while you watch this stuff.
Put your tinfoil hat on, guys.
And sorry for the hiccup. That's on me. I thought I put the right video in there, and that was the video I watched earlier. So that's
no
fine.
worries. No worries. I mean, I whole time messed up. I had it set for 7, and I told everybody I posted it gonna be on at 7:30. I'm calling Corey like, where you at, fam? We're just crazy. Like, I don't mess up like that. Like, I know.
And I was sitting ready to go. I was like, "Won't we just mess with
Like,
this and mess with that?" Yeah. So it's all good. It's our first one, and appreciate everybody hanging in there with us. I hope this works out. I hope this is the right one.
I'm trying to open it. Let's see. This computer isn't as fast as the laptop. That's one I usually use, like when I do the Shell and Shot show and all that good stuff. So, come on.
Yeah, take your time, bro.
I'm trying to pause this. I'm trying to pause this damn thing. The scariest. All right. Should be good now. Screen. All right, so let's just we set up. This is the slap ham. So we'll just go through all of these. You know how long the video is, bro?
50 minutes. So obviously we don't have to go through all of them. Yeah,
we're definitely not gonna go through all of them.
Yeah. Just kind of like I'm gonna go through a few, share how we feel. Hopefully, some people watch them like, yeah, you know what I mean? What's that about? So yeah.
Right. Shout out to Slap Ham.
Shout out Slap Ham. Appreciate y'all. Fair youth.
All right. I'll go ahead and start it up right now. Here we go.
So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content. Just like this.
I'm scared. Yeah, is there a certain time you want me to start? I'm good too.
When geneticist Neil Gemmell first went on his expedition to Loch Ness, he probably didn't expect to find anything too out of the ordinary. However, he was in for a shock when he reviewed the last bit of his underwater footage. While he may not have stumbled upon the fabled prehistoric plesiosaur that is said to stalk the depths of the Scottish lake, he was still able to find something truly surprising. In this short clip, we can see a fish slowly making its way towards the camera. While this may seem innocuous at first, it later becomes clear that the fish is swimming away from something. Watch what happens. As you can see, a long tentacle or eel-like creature makes its way through the background. According to the scientist, it's more likely that Nessie is a large eel rather than some prehistoric dinosaur, and he points to this video as proof.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not doing it for me.
Furthermore, for the myth to have persisted for so long, he figures that several of these eel-like creatures must call Loch Ness home.
They can do better than that. Come on now.
Although the legend of Loch Ness Monster traces its roots to Irish missionaries in the region in the 6th century, the modern image of this creature has primarily been informed by the reports of Scottish journalists in the 1930s.
What up, bro? Thanks for
Taken
joining,
in
man.
1938, the iconic surgeon's photo depicts a silhouette of what appeared to be a large creature in Loch Ness. The authenticity of this photo was later debunked. It turns out it was just a toy submarine.
Wow.
Nonetheless, the image ignited a worldwide passion for the creature, and many people still travel to Loch Ness in the hope of catching a glimpse of this ancient beast. So if there truly are a breeding population of undiscovered eels down in the depths of Loch Ness, then where did they come from? And why have they eluded scientists for so long?
That's interesting, I guess. I'll give him that. That one is not the best one, Slap Ham.
Definitely not. We've seen better from Slap Ham. That's okay.
This strange little TikTok was uploaded by Animal Wiki. It was allegedly filmed in a rural mountain range in Japan.
Dragon.
Watch what was caught on camera.
What the feezy?
The clip is only brief, but shows a small dragon-like creature swimming in a stream.
You know what?
While the majority of viewers think the clip is just a hoax, it's strange that culture...
Yeah, say what?
They were Dragonborn. They could speak High Valerian, bro. They should have just You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Raise the thing.
Like, it shows you.
Creatures all around the
Oh,
world
man.
have dragons embedded in their mythology.
Huh.
For thousands of years,
I
disparate
heard that dragons,
civilizations across the
are
globe have
supposed to be,
believed in dragons in some
rediscovered.
form or another.
Yeah.
This
In
month.
medieval Europe, dragons were large, winged, fire-breathing creatures to be conquered on quests. However, in ancient China, dragons were believed to control the weather, guarding heaven and earth against outside forces.
I don't consider dragons.
So why were these creatures believed to be real for so long?
But
Could
you
there
know,
be a
the-
thread of truth running through the
it's-
mythology of these
definition says
ancient
it's
cultures?
mythological as well. So
Adrian Mayer, a professor at Stanford University,
You think they really
believes that
exist?
fossilized dinosaur bones may have seeded folk tales about dragons and other legendary beasts like griffins. Ancient cultures around the world most likely encountered dinosaur
dinosaur
bones.
bones?
Then verbal stories and written tales would have perpetuated the myths about dragons. So while this short clip is most likely fake, it's interesting to see how new mediums spring up that help perpetuate myths and legends around the world even today.
Yeah, that's fake.
I think that's fake.
When YouTuber caught on tape began to hear strange noises around his house, he decided to investigate. Armed with only his camera, he carefully followed the sounds to their source. The video begins just as the YouTuber hears some strange noises that seem to be coming from the attic.
You hear that? Listen. Since I've been back, most nights I've been hearing noises in my attic. And tonight, the noises have been the worst.
Must be a raccoon.
Homeless person.
In the video's description, he notes that he believes some sort of creature has taken up residence in his home, and judging by the tone of his voice, he certainly seems to be a little scared.
Hear that? I haven't been hearing the noises outside as much. And you hear that? Listen.
Go up in the attic.
Man, you got
Though a
homeless
little
person in your
reluctant, he
house.
continues to explore,
Right.
hoping to capture evidence of the creature on camera. Even the YouTuber's cat seems nervous
going
as
in the
the
attic to
sounds
check it out?
continue emanating from the ceiling above.
Been in there
Nah,
yet?
nah, it's just a lie.
You not going up there?
Never goes up there. It's freaked out.
The cat's up there.
Kitty, what are you doing?
The YouTuber
I
heads
wouldn't
into the
assume
attic
it was a
with just
creature,
the light
though.
of the
I'd be like,
camera to illuminate his
Person
way.
in my house.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Suddenly, a terrifying noise pierces the darkness.
I think it's just a raccoon.
What the feet?
Yeah,
Show it.
no. If he up there,
Yeah, he's up there.
The YouTuber nervously pans the camera around, hoping to capture a glimpse of whatever it is making the horrible noises.
Come on, man. You need a floodlight. What is he? What's he doing?
I'd be all up. Yeah.
Then, as the camera passes a dark nook of the attic, we see something horrifying. Take a look. As you can see, there seems to be some kind of creature blending into its surroundings.
Oh, is that a face?
Whatever it is, it has very little in the way
Damn,
of facial
some
features
monkey.
on its pale, sallow skin. Viewers of the video have suggested that the creature looks like an
Man,
alien,
that's right.
or
I don't know,
possibly
man.
some kind of mutant.
It looks like a monkey. What's he look?
While this certainly could be the case, the footage is far from conclusive. Perhaps it was simply a pile of junk that looked like a ghoulish creature.
Yeah.
That
that's
said, this theory does little to explain the horrifying screeching sounds.
That ain't. Yeah, that ain't it, man.
Okay, let's see what this one's talking about. Okay, now what is that?
The TikToker
back
was at a
up,
loss
back
to
up.
explain the
Yeah, back up,
sighting,
back
and
up,
it
back
left viewers wondering whether it was a trespassers or relatives could have survived into the modern era. They might be just so intelligent that they've continued to elude capture.
Casey,
However, if these intelligent creatures are truly roaming the wilderness, then it's only a matter of time until someone gathers more concrete evidence.
look at BJ.
In June 2021, TikTok user Clax Attacks uploaded the following piece of footage, and it's been confusing and creeping out viewers ever since.
Hey, Shell, you'll love this, Pete.
We got Facebook.
Hey!
As you can see, some kind of large bipedal figure is walking slowly across the man's yard.
Okay, what the feezy is that?
Oh.
Hey!
What's that, BJ?
Would you say hey to it? Would you be like, hey?
The uploader's
No.
pet dog is clearly on guard too, as it watches the mysterious figure from a distance.
What the hell is that?
Okay, it looks like we are getting Facebook comments, so that's awesome. That's good.
The TikToker was at a loss to explain the sighting, and it left viewers wondering whether it was a trespasser or something more mysterious. Several days later, Clax Attacks gave a video update about the sighting.
I looked over and I saw it from behind that swing set out of the woods, walked over behind that truck, or to that truck, and went behind it into the woods. I don't know what it was. It was brownish red in person. We have a street light, so I figured it'd pick up better. Apologize for the quality. Apparently zooming in at night will make any phones. I haven't seen it since, and hopefully I won't, but I still don't know if it was a person or a thing. Whatever it was big, and it was in my yard, and I don't like that.
Right.
So he's not seen the figure since, nor does he have any idea what it could have been. Theories in the comments section ranged from a Wendigo to a ghost or even a skinwalker. Skinwalkers are mysterious entities that have their origins in Navajo folklore. They're said to be shamans that conjure black magic. They use their powers to shapeshift into animals and even other humans to lure their victims in before brutally murdering them. There's actually very limited information on skinwalkers because Navajo people tend not to talk about the creatures to outsiders.
So skinwalkers is like my favorite subject. Like straight up, like when it comes to cryptids, reminded me of the science movie. Yeah.
Like walking away. Yeah, I feel that. Man, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. If I saw a big thing walking in my yard, I wouldn't say, "Hey." I would
Never.
Go.
You saw one yesterday, and you lived to tell about it. You saw one downtown Dallas.
I need a picture. I don't believe it.
Right.
So could this really be a skinwalker?
I don't know about
or
that.
is there another, more simple explanation? Drop your theories in the comment section down below.
This dude said at Walmart. You probably did.
What the hell is that? Hey!
Buying M&Ms and
Few humans have the extraterrestrial reputation of Stan Romanek. Romanek claims that he's had numerous encounters with aliens, including abductions, telepathic communications, and even forced interbreeding to create alien hybrid children. This video is supposedly evidence of one of his alien encounters. The story goes that on the night this footage was captured, Romanek had fallen asleep at his computer, while his stepson was having a sleepover with some friends. Something woke him in the middle of the night. In a sleepy haze, he thought he saw one of the young partygoers streak through the house naked.
What?
However, when he checked on the children, all of them were upstairs asleep. Just when he was about to give up his search, he spotted something terrifying at his sliding glass door. Watch.
Yeah.
Okay, outside. Ooh.
As you can see, the creature looks remarkably similar to the one we were talking about earlier.
What are you doing when you see that, bro?
Man, I'm screaming bloody murder. I'm running in the opposite direction. I'm running and you know, I got the blinky on me or something. You know what I mean?
I probably just turn my lights off and go, what am I going to do? I'm going to turn my lights off and go to bed.
Yeah, go to bed. What if it comes inside?
And then I had to deal with it. I guess that's what I got to deal with it then. But if outside, I'm inside, hey, keep it pushing.
Man, and it is just sitting there staring at you. Okay, does anybody think that looks fake?
It looks fake. I don't think, come on. It's flat or fake.
If I throw water on it.
You can science, huh?
Silly. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's
In this video,
What do you call the cops?
yeah.
he has grey skin and
But he
dark
didn't. I don't think he
almond-shaped
did.
eyes. Again, much like the typical alien seen in pop
Look at
culture.
outside.
Yeah, it's outside. It's
It
outside.
watches motionless from the doorway, even as the camera is pointed straight at it.
That's fake, man.
That cat.
It ain't even
So what do you
moving. It ain't
think?
even, like,
Are
nothing.
Romanex claims that he's had close encounters with extraterrestrials the real deal?
Oh,
This video has been analysed by numerous experts,
Yeah, it's
but the
outside.
jury is still out as to its authenticity.
Yeah, stop him. This ain't it. I need some like.
It's got better.
Sticking with
ghost
mysterious
stories.
creatures,
Like-
although
like
this
ghost
next one
sightings.
is almost certainly not
Okay. I
CGI.
really don't care about that.
It was
snake.
uploaded to the Facebook group Weird, Fantastic,
What
and
was it
Odd
supposed to be?
Things by Max
I
Jack.
don't know.
This bizarre-looking snake was found in Thailand by a local resident who took it home and fed it fish.
Son of a biscuit.
What?
That is weird though. But it's probably just the
How was that a
The
Christmas?
snake looks to be covered
No, I
in
don't think
green
it's
fur.
a-
Some
yeah,
comments
that's-
suggested it might be some
Okay,
kind
let's
of
do this.
algae growing on the snake's
Ooh,
skin.
Whoa, whoa,
Look at this.
whoa, whoa,
It's
whoa,
these details that
whoa.
spurred some Reddit users to call this figure a werewolf.
Okay, let
The
me
shock
go back a
rounds
little bit.
is detected. The camera is positioned at an 8-foot high perimeter fence at Amarillo Zoo in Texas.
Oh
In the
snap!
photo, which was snapped in the early hours of the morning, you can see a bipedal figure standing to the right. It looks to be covered in fur and has the features of a canine,
I'm
yet
not
it appears
feeling
to be
that.
walking on its hind legs.
Hell nah.
Not feeling that
It's
at
these
all.
details that spurred some Reddit users to call this figure a werewolf. The shock groundskeeper shared the photo to Reddit, hoping to get some
Bro, I'm gonna
answers from
full
the community.
flow if I stop that outside.
Yeah.
Responses
Full-
varied, with some
full-
wholeheartedly agreeing that the figure does indeed look like a
Wide
werewolf,
open.
while others
Man,
weren't quite
what?
convinced. Some suggested
Yeah,
it
that's
could be a
nuts. See?
raccoon or even a piece of trash that's blown up
Nah.
against the fence.
Trash,
Ultimately,
no.
though, no one's been able to fully identify the figure, so unless more evidence comes to hand,
What
this
y'all think
bizarre
that is?
sighting will have to remain a
What
mystery.
y'all think that is? You think that look like a werewolf?
Thing BJ side Walmart.
What BJ saw at Walmart. She bad though.
Chris runs a popular urban exploration
Is there
channel
a
called
squirrel man
Urbex
or
Hill.
something?
He frequently uploads
I heard
videos
the
of
squirrel-
himself exploring
man, that's a
buildings
real
from
guy,
around
right?
the world that are allegedly haunted, including schools,
He's a dude
churches,
today.
cemeteries, and in the case
the
of this
BJ
video,
was
the old
talking
St.
about.
Joseph Riverside Hospital located in Warren, Ohio. Built in the early 1960s, the St. Joseph Riverside Hospital was successful in its initial years, but in 1996 the hospital was officially shut down after HM Health Services assumed ownership of the Warren General Hospital. It was eventually purchased by Jim and Tom Dobson in 2003, who converted it into a few different businesses, including a private school.
Okay, we don't care about that.
But
What the-
eventually
just tell me-
bankruptcy
show me the
forced
thing.
it to close. Ever since then, it's remained totally
We'll
abandoned.
get better at this.
Throughout the video, Chris walks around the old hospital and explores its various rooms, which have definitely seen better days.
Man, that already looks bad for me.
Yeah, I'm not going in there.
I'm cool. Yeah.
Again, you gotta be.
For the most part, all seems to go
you better
well
be
for
armed and
Chris.
dangerous.
Up until about the 8-minute mark, that is. Take a look and see if you can spot anything unusual.
Something now.
He's gonna jump out.
It can be hard to see at first,
That
but
is
watching
shit.
that again, keep an eye on the doorway on the left.
On the left. Oh shit! You see that, bro?
A strange dark hand appears to
Sorry,
come
Mom.
out.
Damn.
Mm.
That's a hand.
This
That's
has
a
understandably freaked plenty of viewers out who have since been debating whether or not this is a person, a ghost, or even some sort of
Could be a
cryptid.
Hand? I don't
person.
care.
The most
what it
common
is.
suggestion is
Right.
that it may have been a homeless person, but how
Right.
is it that Chris didn't hear or see anything as he
Yeah,
explored the
you
building?
would have heard that. Man, nah, I'm good. I ain't
Obviously,
walking.
no definitive answer has ever been given, but it's certainly an unsettling piece of footage nonetheless.
Let's see what else we got. Okay, hold on. Let's see what this is.
Oh, I
A
see.
few months ago,
Back up.
shows a creature
Back up
so
more, back up
strange
more.
it not only falls outside
Yeah, go right there.
Instagram was stunned and at a loss to explain the creature. Even her colleagues were unable to
Damn.
identify the animal. So is this a cryptid, a mutant, some sort of alien? As of right now, this odd-looking creature remains unidentified.
Me too, Dad. Man, what? You put my hands on that?
Nah,
That's like
Cryptids
shit.
are animals that are claimed to exist but have never been scientifically classified.
Man can grab
The footage
double
you're
the
about to see, which was
Right.
submitted to the Facebook group Alter Extrañiza by Alberto Rodriguez, shows a creature so strange it not only falls outside the realms of scientific classification, it almost defies explanation. It's not known exactly where the clip was filmed, but some think it's somewhere in South America.
South America
It
got
starts
some
off
stuff,
showing two
man.
farmers that seem a little on edge.
Andan por el agua.
So does Walmart, apparently.
No es así. Tiene esa cabra de ahí
Okay, so they're pointing at that thing.
agarrado en el cuello. Pongan atención a eso.
They seem to be particularly cautious of one of the goats.
Véanlo.
It's brief, but we can see something has attached itself to one of the goats.
Mírenlo.
What the feely is that?
Guindado aquí.
Here it is slowed down.
It's like a
It almost
bear
looks like
looking
an enormous bat.
Yo.
Yeah, What is that?
Seconds later, things turn from strange to outright creepy. Take a look.
Ahí, mírenlo. Mírenlo ahí.
Oh, why are they moving like
Watching
that?
that again, the creature detaches itself from the goat and tries to escape across the yard.
no one got
But
a
as
gun.
it does,
That
it
was
seems to
different.
resemble a
Right.
thin shadow slithering along the ground.
Mírenlo ahí.
How you gonna fight that thing with a stick? What you gonna do with
Here
the
it
stick
is,
with that?
slowed down.
Man,
How is it moving? Like moving like a shadow?
No, I'm like that. I'm out.
The
That's
farmers
crazy.
chase the
You can
creature
have it.
to a nearby river where
I
they
got,
try
I
to
got
drive
Justice, so I
it
forgot
off
to
the
turn it on.
property.
Give me 1 second.
Al detalle. Porque miren lo que va a pasar ahí. Miren eso.
Yeah, I'm out. Like that.
Vean.
I'm out.
Ahí lo persiguen hacia el agua.
Later, we see a brief shot from a stationary camera showing the creature crawl across a rock.
Vean. Ellos dejan la cámara ahí quietecita y mírenlo donde lo encuentran.
The clip ends and we're left wondering what the heck it is we just saw. Most viewers have been at a loss to explain what type of creature this is. Some have suggested the chupacabra, a famous cryptid rooted in South American folklore. They're notorious for their alleged vampirism, as many
Yo, I
farmers
heard.
have
So I don't know if you follow that one page. This guy who he says he's a time traveler. He said that the chupacabra is supposed to be. It's supposed to come out that it's real this year. Somebody's
This year
actually.
does it come out that it's real?
Yeah, it's supposed to come out that it's real. Same thing with dragons. So I don't know.
Dragons are gonna be real. You know, like man, you know the world go crazy. The dragons are flying around.
Right.
Man,
Right.
what?
Yeah.
Nah,
that's-
but the way that thing moves and the way it was attached to that goat,
that was-
that don't make no like how it like why would it move like that?
were strange. The way that it moved. What the? Hold on. Let's see. What is that? We'll do a couple more.
Let's
Let's
do a
see.
few more, and then we're gonna go to our next topic. Yeah.
All right.
3. This mother was recording her son when she inadvertently caught something unnerving in the background. Take a look.
¿Qué es lo que vos estabas haciendo recién? Decime,
What's a snake?
¿eh?
The dog is like
Some kind of unknown creature can be seen in the
Like a
background
snake on a
behind
tree.
a tree.
¿Qué es lo que vos estabas haciendo recién?
Oh, that's a hand.
Decime,
That's an arm.
¿eh?
If you slow it down and zoom in, you can see a long limb stretching outward.
Decime. Huh?
Two dogs clearly notice that there's something
But
back
then look
there.
over. Zoom in
Vaya,
there.
tengo sueño. ¿Quién te enseña a hacer esas cosas? ¿Quién te enseña a hacer esas cosas?
¿Dónde?
Naturally, people in the comments section were freaked out by the odd sighting, and as the views
What
racked
is
up,
that?
hundreds of viewers
Is it a
speculated
snake?
on what the creature might
No,
be.
not a.
Many thought it was an
Oh,
alien,
you talking about the
while
other thing
others
down
said
there?
it had to be a
Look at
cryptid
Thing
of
that
some
came
kind.
out.
The
Yeah.
Pombero
What
was a
is-
common suggestion. The Pombero is a mythical creature from Argentine and Paraguayan folklore. It's described as a small, hairy, human-like creature that lurks in the woods and steals
Yeah, peeked
chickens.
off- yeah, look
The
to the
Pombero
right,
is
yeah.
also said to play tricks on humans, such as hiding their belongings or making strange noises in the night. Some say they lurk in the shadows of woodland areas, often
Baby
luring
dino.
children in with berries and other treats, before dragging them off into the forest, never to be seen again. A more down-to-earth theory on this video suggested it could be a sloth.
Might be like
The
a sloth
brown-throated
arm,
three-toed sloth is found throughout Brazil, Paraguay, and Ecuador.
But sloth moves slower than that.
So what do you think this is? An
Oh, it came-
alien, a
it's a
cryptid, or is
sloth,
it
bro.
simply
It
a
came around the
delightful
other side of the
sloth
tree.
coming for a
You think it's a
visit?
sloth?
You can
Let me know
see-
your
you can
thoughts on
see
this
it.
one
Look
in the
at-
comments
see that
down
thing on
below.
the side of it?
Decime.
Well, I don't know, bro. I ain't
That's a
I don't
hand.
know.
Sloths have like 3 claws.
But you moved around to the other side. You see it?
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't zoom in
In
on
November 2021, an Oregon local was
Nah,
driving
it's
down a
one more.
rural road at nighttime with their grandkids when they
Move to the
spotted
next
something
subject.
eerie on the
Have more
side
of
of
a
the road. They uploaded the strange footage to their TikTok account, Carolanan 1984, for all to see.
that. Yeah, I'm with BJ. That is that the sloth that was fast. Son of a. What is that?
As you can see, a shadowy
What?
figure is lurking behind a tree on the side of the road.
Niana, what is that?
The uploader has no idea what it is and with good reason didn't want to approach it to find out. When the footage went live, it quickly went viral,
A bear?
racking up millions of views, with thousands of comments speculating on the strange sighting.
What is that?
Some said it was a Sasquatch, a skinwalker, a shadow person, or even just a creepy person lurking in a hoodie. Given that the uploader was with their grandkids, none of these suggestions
not
bode
checking.
well. One of the most suggested theories is a hide behind. Hide behinds are mysterious beings rooted in North American
I've never heard of
folklore.
that.
What is
Accounts
that?
from early settlers tell of loggers going missing while out in the woods. Woodcutters were failing to return to camp en masse, and villagers blamed the hide-behinds. Legends say they're nocturnal creatures with the ability to conceal themselves behind almost any object. They're said to hunt humans for food, with their diet mainly consisting of innards.
Oh.
The Oregon sighting certainly does match the description of a hide-behind in many ways. So could this be one of the first real pieces of evidence that these legendary cryptids really do exist?
Niana, what is that?
Alright. So
We'll call it. Yeah, man.
I mean, look, there are some really good stories. What do they call it? Cryptid. Was it real scary stories? Cryptids. You like type that in on YouTube?
Yeah.
Man, they come up.
This-
They tell you some crazy stories, and especially with the skinwalkers, because the skinwalkers can actually mimic you.
Yeah, the skinwalkers are probably my favorite. Like Rashad's my favorite cryptid.
Yeah.
They can mimic you. They can look like deer.
Yep.
They can look like dogs. If you see them and you get away, they can pop up on you later. Really interesting. Like a lot of it is weird because, like, you hear a lot of these like Bigfoot stories and stuff like that. They're kind of different, but like with the skinwalkers, they all kind of keep consistent. Like the same things kind of
Yeah.
happen.
They're
So
super.
it's really interesting that way.
And they smell bad too.
Yep,
Terrible odor.
That's
They smell like
that's
rot.
the thing. Yep, the people say it smells like rot. It smells like death. It smells like rotten eggs. Some people say like it always like a weird smell.
Yep.
So yeah, that was a little trial run. It wasn't that great. We'll probably get some better cryptids on camera. Slap Cam does a really good job with ghosts, but
They do.
cryptids-
Like slap hand is good. Like if you wanna see see ghosts caught on camera, they're really good at that. Like they got one where this guy, he's driving a taxi. I think it's in somewhere in Asia. He's driving a
Japan.
taxi in Japan. Yeah, and he had the camera in the taxi or whatever, and he kind of goes like by this light, and you see this lady sitting in the back of his cab, and then he goes by or whatever the light, and then she disappears. Like it looks straight up. I've seen ghosts. This one fit the bill. This one fit the bill. That was pretty freaky, man.
So we'll not to cut you off. We'll be visiting Sledpan more. Maybe not cryptids anymore, but we'll definitely be.
But we get see the cryptid conversation will what do you say? I'm gonna need a gummy. Otherwise,
Hey, get your gummies, get whatever you need, because this is what we do.
Yeah, lock in, y'all.
I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. You want to kind of well, maybe we introduce it before I run real quick. Then we lost the shot. Did we lose the shot, y'all? Oh, AC's coming back.
It just kicked me out, man.
See, they don't want to show you this next clip. But the reason why I put it on there, because I feel like it kind of went under the radar. I mean, me and you and Dad talked about it, but after there's like a whole Congress hearing about. They're not called UFOs in the hearing, right? They're called something different.
Yeah. So let me throw that up real quick, y'all. So there was a Congress hearing, and they kind of swept it under the rug. They're talking about it. And it was about UAPs. UAPs are unidentified aerial phenomenon, formerly referred to as UFOs. In theory, could include alien spacecraft, but the two aren't synonymous. The Defense Department's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, Jesus, that's a lot. Considers a UAP anything in space, in the air, on land, in the sea, or under the sea that can be identified, and might pose a threat to U.S. military installations. So basically, just a threat to the country and all that stuff. So, but yeah.
Sorry, I just want to add a little caveat to anybody who doesn't know this, but the U.S. is a nation that sees the most UAPs in the world, I believe. We see UAPs the most of any other country in the world, which is really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will go ahead and start. How long is this?
It should be like 6 minutes. It's just some highlights of what they discussed. Just kind of the comments, and then we can kind of share what we thought about it. And yeah, it's kind of all that stuff. I'll be right back.
All right, go do your thing. All right, y'all. I will take over here and start this video. It's about 6 minutes. So we'll watch most of it. And this is the Congressional UFO hearing.
We begin with that historic UFO hearing on Capitol Hill today. As we just said, the bipartisan push for transparency, certainly decades in the making. The nation watched gripping testimony of UAPs, accusations of a government cover-up, calls for action, and demands for
got like
greater
2 weeks of news, and that was
on this issue. What are these unidentified objects? Where did they come from? And are we alone? Take a listen. Here are some of the key highlights from that hearing.
Finally, I'd like to thank these 3 brave witnesses here. They took an oath. They took an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States, and dadgummit, they're doing it. And we owe them a debt of gratitude.
I have experienced advanced UAP firsthand, and I'm here to voice the concerns of more than 30 commercial aircrew and military veterans who have confided their similar encounters with me. Today, I would like to highlight 3 critical issues that demand our action. As we convene here, UAP are in our airspace, but they are grossly underreported. These sightings are not rare or isolated, they are routine. Military aircrew and commercial pilots, trained observers whose lives depend on accurate identification, are frequently witnessing these phenomena.
He's back.
The stigma attached to UAP is real and powerful and challenges national security.
Is that Grush?
It silences commercial pilots who fear professional repercussions, discourages witnesses, and is only compounded by recent government claims questioning the credibility of eyewitness testimony. Parts of our government are aware of more about UAP than they let on, but excessive classification practices keep crucial information hidden. Since 2021, all UAP videos are classified as secret or above. This level of secrecy not only impedes our understanding, but fuels speculation and mistrust.
So, Kobe, why do you think nobody's talking about this?
So it's weird. I think the internet, a lot of people on the internet side, but their whole thing with either we already knew this, which is interesting, you know what I mean?
Right.
People joked and said the rent's too high to care about UFO.
Facts.
UAPs. But I remember on the Show Shot Show, check out the Show Shot Show, Rochelle said something that I thought was very interesting. She said that we already knew this. Right. And so I feel like, though, there's not a lot of people, like not everybody knows there's, aliens. I think to the extent, I think majority of people know that there's, you know what I mean? There's
right.
at least UAPs, right?
UAPs,
not aliens.
Right. They're just unidentified aerial phenomenon. You don't know, but these guys are saying, what did it say? Non-human, intelligent, whatever.
Words mean a lot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Read between the lines. Read between the lines, Kobe. Read between the lines.
But no, I think it's up to the species that we're really self-absorbed.
What's up, Beverly?
So I think that might be part of it too. But yeah, I'm kind of baffled. This isn't like a common conversation more often. That we had a hearing in the Congress about alien spacecraft. Sorry, not life forms, but spacecrafts. So,
and nobody cares.
Nobody cared. Nobody even batted an eye at it, which is really kind of crazy to me.
Baffling. Yeah, I'll keep the video going in 1 second.
In 2014, I was an F-18 Foxtrot pilot in the Navy Fighter Attack Squadron 11, the Red Rippers, and I was stationed at NAS Oceana in Virginia Beach. After upgrades were made to our jet's radar systems, we began detecting unknown objects operating in our airspace. At first, we assumed they were radar errors, but soon we began to correlate the radar tracks with multiple onboard sensors, including infrared systems, eventually through visual ID. During a training mission in Warning Area Whiskey 72, 10 miles off the coast of Virginia Beach, 2 F-18 Super Hornets were split by a UAP. The object, described as a dark gray or a black cube inside of a clear sphere, came within 50 feet of the lead aircraft and was estimated to be 5 to 15 feet in diameter.
Did y'all hear that?
The mission commander terminated the flight immediately and returned to base. Our squadron submitted a safety report. Within 50 feet of the lead aircraft and was estimating in Warning Area Whiskey 72, 10 miles off the coast of Virginia Beach, 2 F-18 Super Hornets were split by a UAP. The object, described as a dark gray or a black cube inside of a clear sphere, came within 50 feet of the lead aircraft and was estimated to be 5 to 15 feet in diameter. The mission commander terminated the flight immediately and returned to base. Our squadron submitted a safety report, but there was no official acknowledgement of the incident and no further mechanism to report the sightings.
I think you're muted, bro. I can't hear you.
Yeah, my bad. That's crazy. Let's see here. Should I get on YouTube or where? No, you're good, Emily. We see you.
Yeah, we see you. He said a black cube in a clear sphere.
Yeah, a black cube in a clear sphere. What is it? What is that? What is that? I need a drawing. Like somebody drop that for me.
And this is like the government openly discussing this. So if they're discussing it now, they've known about this. I mean,
a long time,
years. I mean, shout out Pop, but Gaither Taylor, he's in the chat. He's seen UFOs, so maybe one day we'll get him on here to tell his story. We messed up people's stories a lot, so from the original source, that might be better. But
yeah, when we third party those stories, we jack those stories up so bad. Emily, you seen a UFO?
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Where'd you see it at? But yeah, I know. When Dad said he saw his, he said they fell to the ground laughing.
Right, like I wonder. That's crazy. I couldn't even imagine how scared you would be to see something like that. The way Dad tells it too is it's like
he thought it was the end of the world.
Right.
He thought it was over. And it's crazy because that movie, what is it, something of the third kind that Steven Spielberg make or whatever. Like apparently that was like a real thing. Like there's some truth, a lot of truth to that like that actually happened. Let's see here. That went down. Come on. Up north where there's no light pollution. Really? Was it up in Nice over at the cabin? But yeah, but apparently that really did happen. Not the movie, that's all Hollywood, but the like the meeting of the aliens, how they landed and all that stuff like that was apparently a real thing.
Wait, is that the film where like the dude's head popped off? Like the thing transformed?
I don't remember that. They've been there.
Maybe I'm making
that up. If they wanted to hurt us,
up.
they would have by now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't remember that. Nevis. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I think they could hurt us and us not know it. You know what I mean? Like apparently we made some deal with them. The government made some deal with them to say that they could abduct a certain amount of people. And we'll just look away, act like it didn't happen. Let's see. Dad said, yes, I saw a UFO in 1970 across the field from my friend's house in broad daylight. Yep.
And you see, he knows the year and everything.
Yep,
that's how terrified of how people is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Clearly they're more advanced. Yeah. Yeah. And then some. Like, I don't know if Roswell happened the way they said it happened, but I believe that a version of that happened. It might not have been Roswell, New Mexico.
For sure.
Might not be Area 51 where all this stuff is, located, but I'm pretty sure that happened.
Right.
Pretty sure that happened. And I'm pretty sure they've been here for, millions of years, longer than us.
Yeah. Right. Centuries.
Yep. Yeah. So it's just, I heard one theory is that, you got some aliens that just, they're here, they just don't care about us. Because we're just nowhere near their level.
Yeah, I remember there's a theory where like if there were aliens, they might look at us as if like we were ants because we're just so intellectually so far away from them, which is terrifying. But yeah, I mean, I think it's super interesting. Maybe they're like we're their pet project. Who knows, right?
Who knows? But, I agree, Emily.
But yeah, I definitely agree, Emily. Yeah, they're here. Like there's this thing that we watched. Me and Rashad love to talk about it, so you'll hear about it a lot in the show. It's called Not Your Forever Time, and there's in one of the episodes there's like an image of a woman with a cell phone in the 1960s.
Right.
It's like a real cell phone, like like a modern phone, and she has it up to her ear talking on it. But it's like 1959. So it shouldn't be in the era. So,
right.
there's a lot going on. We'll definitely talk about it more if you get a chance to check it out. I believe it's on Amazon Prime and it's on
YouTube. Yeah.
But,
Let me see if I can find that real quick while you're.
Yeah, if anybody wants to put it in the chat, yeah.
Yeah, see the knowledge of and if she like once you watch the knowledge of the Forever Time, you'll never be the same. Like it's crazy. The type of information that they provide that he provides. I think it's something like Damien. What's his name? Damien. What's his name? Damien somebody. Damien T. Berry.
Yeah. Dad just said the military reported Roswell incident as a crashed UFO at the time. The show is in the it's definitely in the it's in the chat. So if you guys ever want to go check it out, go ahead. And let me put this up here too.
Oh, there it is. Let's see. Okay, let me make sure that I get everybody's comments on Jerry Minter report. Okay, Kobe read that one off. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they initially reported that, and then they retracted the story. That's interesting. I just happened to see it in my feed. Oh, really?
Cool. Yeah,
Did
glad
you?
to have you here. Glad to have you here.
Yeah. But yeah, so as you go to that takes you to episode 1, and I believe if you go through, I think the second you go down 1, you'll get all 11 videos of it. Some of them might be cut off, but the guy who did this, Damien T. Berry, I can't find him anymore. Like,
Yeah, he's
like
gone.
He's gone. He gone.
Yeah.
He gone. And that's a problem. You want me to, let me play the rest.
Yeah,
of
go
it.
ahead. I
Play
mean,
some more.
let's see. Yeah, it's only 3 minutes left. We'll see if we can get something else we can kind of discuss in this video.
Soon, these encounters became so frequent that aircrew would discuss the risk of UAP as part of their regular pre-flight briefs. The majority of witnesses are commercial pilots at major airlines. Often, they are veterans with decades of flying experience. Pilots are reporting UAP at altitudes that appear above them at 40,000 feet, potentially in low Earth orbit or in the gray zone below the Kármán line, making inexplainable maneuvers like right-hand turns and retrograde orbits or J-hooks. If everyone could see the sensor and video data I witnessed, our national conversation would change.
Yeah, agreed.
I urge us to put aside stigma and address the security and safety issue this topic represents. If UAP are foreign drones, it is an urgent national security problem. If it is something else, it is an issue for science.
Right.
I was informed in the course of my official
that's
duties
David Gross. I like
of a
him.
multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program, to which I was denied access to those additional read-ons when I requested it. I made the decision, based on the data I collected, to report this information to my superiors and multiple inspectors general, and in effect becoming a whistleblower. As you know, I've suffered retaliation for my decision.
He found the
but I
portal.
am hopeful that my actions will ultimately
Good for
lead
him.
to a positive
Yeah.
outcome of increased transparency.
The controller told us that these objects had been observed for over 2 weeks, coming down from over 80,000 feet, rapidly descending to 20,000 feet, hanging out for hours, and then going straight back up. For those who don't realize, above 80,000 feet is space. We arrived at the location at approximately 20,000 feet, and the controller called merge plot, which means that our radar blip was now in the same resolution cell as the contact. As we looked around, we noticed that we saw some whitewater off our right side. It's important to note that the weather on this day was as close to perfect as you could ask for off the coast of San Diego. Clear skies, light winds, calm seas, no white caps from waves. So the whitewater stood out in a large blue ocean. All 4 of us, because we were in F-18Fs, so we had pilots and Wizzo in the back seat, looked down a small, saw a white tic-tac object with a longitudinal axis pointing north-south and moving very abruptly over the water like a ping pong ball. There were no rotors, no rotor wash, or any sign of visible control surfaces like wings. As we started clockwise towards the object, my Wizzo and I decided to go down and take a closer look with the other aircraft staying in high cover to observe both us and the tic-tac. We proceeded around the circle about 90 degrees from the start of our descent, and the object suddenly shifted its longitudinal axis, aligned it with my aircraft, and began to climb. We continued down another 270 degrees, nose low, where the tic-tac, or we considered 270 degrees to where, and we went nose low to where the tic-tac would have been. Our altitude at this point was about 15,000 feet, and the tic-tac was about 12,000. As we pulled nose onto the object, within about a half mile of it, it rapidly accelerated in front of us and disappeared. Our wingmen, roughly 8,000 feet above us, lost contact
How
also.
that fast?
We immediately turned back to see where the whitewater was at, and it was gone also. So as we started to turn back towards the east, the controller came up and said, "Sir, you're not going to believe this, but that thing is at your cap point, roughly 60 miles away in less than a minute." You can calculate the speed.
Insane.
We returned to Nimitz. We were taking off our gear. We were talking to one of my crews that was getting ready to launch. We mentioned it to them, and they went out and luckily got the video that you see, that 90-second video. What you don't see is the radar tape that was never released, and we don't know where it's at, of the active jamming that the object put on an APG-73 radar.
Yeah.
Yo. So they saw this thing, and within of them seeing and what he discussed in the whitewater, all that, it was 60 miles away from them at that. He said 60 miles a minute, right?
It was 60 miles away in a minute. And 60 miles away in 60 seconds.
50 miles away in 60 seconds.
That's insane, dude. That's absolutely insane. Have you seen the Malaysia deal, the Malaysia plane?
No, we should next episode kind of dive into that, 'cause I like things I don't know about, so that'd be cool to discuss.
Yeah, like these things, like this thing went through a portal. You know that flight that was missing, right?
Oh yeah, they couldn't find the black box, right, or something like that.
Yeah, they found a piece of it somewhere, and they're like, "Oh, case closed. They died." And it's like, "Well, no, it's not. It's not case closed." Like, what? What do you mean? That's not case closed at all. Like
with that though, it's crazy that thing moving in 60 miles in a minute, it almost defies like our science. Like we have nothing in our realm of knowledge that can move that fast.
Right.
That's crazy to me.
Right. Nothing. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane, dude. But that knowledge of the Forever Time, man, like he breaks down stuff, man. He breaks down like what the UFOs are trying to tell us. He breaks down like the different the different civilizations that were here before us.
He breaks down
the pyramids on the moon.
Breaks down cave paintings and how they're satellite images. It's crazy. It's
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I'm not big into like conspiracy theory because I think it I don't know. I'm not into that stuff too much. But watching that, sorry, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that doesn't really rock your world. The conspiracy theory. That's not your bag.
Nah, Illuminati stuff like that. I don't really get into that, but Not Forever Time is it's unbelievable. It's he uses things that you've seen your entire life and breaks it down. Maybe it's not true. Maybe it's not true, but the way he breaks it down is like things you never even think about. Like, why would a lion be in that image? Why would that be? Like, you know what I mean? So it's really cool. So if you ever get a chance and have open mind, check it out because it's fun to watch, honestly.
Yeah, it blows your mind. It changes your life, and then like the world that you live in is, for me, it's not the same. It's not the same since I've watched that. Like my reality is different than everybody else's. Like those TV reports that need to be on your desk by noon, that shit doesn't mean anything to me anymore. Like that, this is this is all just to distract us from what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, come on. What type of life is it that you're working 8 hours a day, if not more? You know what I'm saying? Like 8, 10, 12 hours a day. You know, and so you don't have time to really focus on the important things of what's really going on.
You know what I mean? To question what you should be questioning.
Yeah, you're too stressed. You got families, you got kids, you got dogs, you got whatever. You know what I mean? You got and there's people depending on you, and this and that. You don't have time to sit there and think about it. By the time you're done with your workday, you're tired, boss. Billy Carson's in the same vein. Yeah, Billy Carson is. He's incredible.
And it's true that the more technology we have, the more the world puts constraints on you to have to continue to work, to be distracted. If you're that, like I just thought about that, like the way we are now, how we're going, they want to keep you distracted because they don't want you to, you know what I mean, to think outside the box.
No.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Hearing something we discussed last year, me and Rashad and Dad, but it wasn't discussed in like the grand scheme of everybody else. There was conversations about it, but it wasn't like in depth. There was no podcast like, whoa, did you hear about? So like, I found that interesting, but
I haven't heard anybody talk about them. I just pulled up TikTok. You might find some things about them on TikTok. One of the things is what happened to Damon T. Berry, and they got some shorts and stuff on there. I'm not gonna open them, but I know that he was dealing with he was being harassed by the government or by somebody he thinks was the government, and they actually broke into his house and they stole his computer, his hard drive, and all that stuff. They were following him, all kinds of things. So
Yeah, he had a podcast. He was kind of discussing stuff, and it gets kind of wacky. I'm not even going to act like it doesn't.
It does.
I'm not even gonna say the things he said because it's not something we should talk about. But he
Definitely not.
It's
right. But his truths are his truths. I mean, because
right.
because what he was talking about in the Knowledge of the Forever Time, forget the weird stuff, you know what I mean, that he was talking about, but the stuff he's talking about in the Knowledge of the Forever Time, that stuff can, I mean, he was backing it up. You know,
it holds up. Like a lot of the I think remember listening to his podcast, he was mentioning that the reason that got him in deep with the government was it Jupiter?
Oh, he was he was coming out with the podcast or no, a video. He was coming out with a movie about Jupiter.
How Jupiter its gravitational pull controls the last 3 or 4 planets, something like that, right? Like it wasn't the sun controlling that.
Right.
And he said that study or that research got him in deep with the government for some reason, and I didn't really. He got kind of too deep with the podcast for me to keep listening to it, so I kind of like jumped off. But it felt like like you just said, Rashad, the Knowledge of Forever Time. Super interesting. And yeah, it definitely changed my life, changed how I look at, even religion. It changed my mind on a lot of things. So yeah, definitely check it out. And again, as we said, as we're always going to say, we don't believe in everything. So take everything with a grain of salt, but it's a really cool watch. So if you get a chance, check it out.
Definitely, and check out Billy Carson as well. He changes the game as well. Like he digs into the Bible and all other religions, and he some stuff he I don't know. He's able to explain it in a way that you're like, oh man, I never saw it like that. Right. Like I've been lied to this whole time.
Right, and my thing is he'll use actual like infrastructure, like things built now, and show you how. If this was a civilization that was around the time that we think like 2,000 to 5,000 years ago, how come, let's say, dinosaurs are in their sculptures? Like, how do you have a dinosaur? We think dinosaurs died millions of years ago. Like, so there's a lot of stuff like that's coming up, is coming around that maybe we were here before, and it's pretty interesting.
Oh, definitely, people were. Let me throw this comment up here from Pops. He says, Terrence Howard is revealing some serious challenges to accepted physics. You can check him out on Rogan. Yeah.
Check out Joe Rogan. Check out the episode. It's a good episode. He has like a few patents that he had too. That it was and then the weird thing, Joe had some guy trying to like shut his stuff down, but wasn't really shutting it down.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. You have to watch it.
Yeah, let me throw that up there as well real quick. He was on there like 3 months ago. Mm-hmm. Got 10 million views. So that's telling you like this guy he is, man, he's on to something.
That, and I think what we're talking about right now isn't like it isn't just a us concept. I think a lot of people are thinking like, well, hold up, how was this built then? But our known history is only 5,000 years old.
Yeah,
it's something not adding up.
It's like 5,000-6,000 years is what they tell me, because a lot of people are following the Bible. I'm not a Bible basher by any means whatsoever, but there's a lot of information in there that people are taking and using out of context, and they totally ignore other stuff. You know what I mean? Right. Like it clearly says in there in Genesis, let us make them in our image. What do you mean our? Who's our?
Our image.
Who is that? You know what I'm saying?
Man. Words mean a lot.
Words mean a lot. You have to pay attention. And then also it's been rewritten and, rebranded and, all that stuff. So, where's the original text? How come the Book of Enoch isn't included in there? Which talks about, the fallen angels who came down and made it with man or man, women, you know what I mean? Human women, and created Nephilim.
the basic why is Christianity breaking down in so many different sectors? Like that's a conversation. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't know
Right.
why are most religions breaking down in different sectors? Like why do so there's a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna get into that too much. There's a lot of stuff I'm confused on.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy, man. But again, that's the type of stuff that it doesn't keep me up at night, but that's the type of stuff that I be thinking about. You know what I mean? Like people got the game messed up to me. You know what I'm saying? Like
what do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean people got the game messed up? Like how we were taught, or like
how we were taught. Yeah, just how we were taught. The history's wrong. You know what I mean? And then people will just put their blinders on. It's like, oh, well, that's what I was taught. That was passed down to me. So it must be gospel. You know what I mean?
It's and not to talk about it, but I don't want to get too political. But it's weird that people are okay with not questioning their logic.
Right. Okay. Preach.
Like, I think this is the way I think, and that's it. I'm not gonna second guess it. Like, you don't think there's something wrong with that? Like, with that, you don't think something wrong with the way that is? Like, you don't challenge yourself. You just think, well, this is my religion. This is the way I'm going to act in my life. It's
Right.
like, well, you don't question anything, like nothing. You don't think you could be wrong?
Right. Like yeah, it's like, does that even sound remotely right to you? There's this guy who said, oh, hold on, let me see here. Before I get into that, let me throw those up there for Pops. He said they didn't like the terminology Clarence Howard. Okay, they didn't like the terminology Clarence Howard was using because he was not using the language of academics in the field. Correct. The academics in the field haven't discovered anything.
But Dad, I wanted to clarify. Terrence wasn't the guy who was questioning wasn't wrong, or he wasn't saying Terrence is wrong. He was just saying like aspects of what he was saying wasn't right, but like he wasn't saying that's like fundamentally wrong.
What were you saying?
I had to rewatch the episode, but he was saying that like the numbers are wrong, and kind of being like
basically how the number 0 doesn't exist, or is it 1? I can't remember what it was.
I gotta watch it again. He was just questioning Terrence, but he wasn't giving us like why you should question his research. He was just questioning his research. He wasn't like really telling you what's right and what's wrong, though.
Okay.
So that's the thing that I kind of like. I remember watching. I was like, because I didn't really believe Terrence. And I remember me, you, and Dad were talking about it. I didn't really go with it, but
yeah, you weren't really feeling that at first.
Yeah.
But I like to listen to the just the different way of thinking. When people are thinking outside the box, you know what I mean. I like to key in and see if I can understand what they're saying. And of course, I mean, Terrence Howard. He's a very smart dude. You know what I mean. And I'm not a math wizard by any means whatsoever. You know what I mean. So, so some of that stuff, like when it comes to the math, goes completely over my head. But I understand the basis of it and what he's saying. I'm like, man, that's a very cool alternative way to think of it, especially like when he's talking about gravity and all that, like how gravity is really I think it's electromagnetic is basically is gravity, and like how things attract and polarize or whatever. So just this concept for a long time, like that's deep, that's different. So, but yeah, you know me, man. I see the world in a completely different way. So do you. We're definitely not the hive mind types. We question everything. We were raised to question everything. It is simple concepts.
Right.
Yeah, to a fault.
I wish I could go along with everything, but even like you can ask Mom and Dad. Like I'm like with the whole political world right now. I question everything. I'm not on anybody's team.
Nope.
You know what I mean? I vote for what will cause the less harm, right? But
Right.
I'm not like the biggest. I'm just not. I question everybody. I guess all I can say. I question everybody, everything, and that's what we should be doing.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I like this comment right here. That says God is what we call things we don't understand. Yep. Like
True,
it's God. I mean, yeah, God or magic. I heard this guy, and I don't, I'm not beating up, religion or anything like that. But this guy, he said, if my wife tells me she doesn't love me, is it okay that I set her on fire? And they're like, what? No, like why would you do that? He's like, but they're like, you obviously don't love her if you set her on fire because she says she doesn't love you. He's like, okay, well then why would God do that to me? If you say you don't love God, he's going to send you to hell and put you on fire. Obviously, he didn't love me. I'm like, oh.
I remember watching a
Ooh.
TikTok, and this guy, he was like, so you're telling me that the devil's in hell, right? Because he didn't do what God wanted him to do. And they say, yeah. So you go to hell for not doing what God wanted you to do, to go be the person that, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. So you don't do what God wants, so you go to hell, but yet He loves you. It doesn't. Well, clearly there's something that we weren't told. Like, I'm not saying God's not. We don't. I think we probably think. We probably think God is a thing, but it's not.
Yeah.
It wasn't explained correctly. And
No, it's not.
we know
Like that's
that.
not to mention the Inquisition, right? I mean, the Inquisition, the Crusades. I mean, killed a lot of people in the name of God. like,
why would the devil agree with God, but the devil didn't agree with God? Like, why would going to hell? It doesn't make any sense to me. But anyways, let's get off that.
It doesn't.
I'm being called blasphemous, and I don't mean to be like that.
No, we're just questioning it. We're just saying, hey, you might be wrong. We're not saying this is not this time. I mean, obviously, I think, and you should just opinions on ourselves. There is a creator. I mean, this is just too. It's too advanced. Not to everything just makes sense. Like, what do you mean? Gravity? What?
Right. Yeah.
Life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's. I mean, a grasshopper. That is a work of art.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
someone had to think that. In my opinion, someone had to think that up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was.
I'm not saying there's no God.
Definitely not. And you know what? I know you're trying to move away from this, but like, you got to take pieces. Like there are some good pieces in all of the texts and all the religions or whatever. And one of them was when Yeshua said that you are God, you are the light. But they don't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? They don't even call him by his real name. So
there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot in the, like, especially if you
Most
study
people
other
can't.
religions too, and a lot of things that are left out of the Bible for some reason. And you know about Machiavelli, you know about all these different, like Dad said, the Inquisition, the Crusade, like a lot of stuff. I mean, the Bible we have now isn't the Bible of I don't know how many years to say it, but it's been changed a lot.
Women have all been eliminated from it as far as like being spiritual beings and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like, where the ladies at? Where the ladies? Like, but as you go to actually do your research, like, women were a huge part of that divinity, but they left them out. Yeah.
What was the movie? Was it the Mona Lisa? What was the one where, like, this kind of like, or gods and or demons and angels? There was a book that came out. The Mona Lisa Code,
the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah.
And then Gods and Demons was the one that followed it up. And I mean, they think, but this stuff was taken by man, and they made men the hierarchy of everything, and basically just took women out. Like, nah, forget them. They're not. I mean, how come there's never been a woman pope?
It doesn't
like,
make any sense.
What are we doing? Nah, it makes sense. It makes sense that it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you're right. But if we're speaking spiritually, it doesn't make any sense why it is the way it's set up.
Right. So, but anyway, just know that we know. Just know that we know, okay?
And maybe the way we were raised, I think some of that too. But I think a lot of people have our mindset now, as far as like the internet goes.
Right. Absolutely. I like what Dad said. He said it was written by a bunch of white guys 400 years, after death. No, it was.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. And you know, and there's a lot of money to be made from that. So, you know, there's that. So go ahead, buddy.
Oh, my boy, shout out John, my boy Johnny. He was like, "What is like a family cult religion?" Because all got together and say, "Hey, look, you know, like, you're Islam, you're Christian, and we just make this story work to make some money." And I thought that was kind of funny. Like, if that could be true, like
Yeah,
I have
right.
no idea. Like, you
Yeah.
just came up, made this whole thing up, and pushed the narrative, But no, I think there's some. I don't know. I think there's a higher power for sure. I've always kind of felt that, but yeah, I do feel we've been duped when it comes to our faith.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm going down the rabbit hole now that, you know, we were already here. You know, as indigenous
What do you
people,
mean?
like indigenous people, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
This
you
is
in the
kind of
United
off of that.
States?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
All right,
from a you know, so if we're talking about like, you know, just history and what we've been told or whatever, it's like, shoot, we were already here. And then you look at like some of those pictures of Indians from, not Indians, but Native Americans, they call them Indians. You know, the Native Americans, and like they look like black people.
Look at Central America. Look at South America. There are black statues, like black people, big lips, afro hair, like they're all over South America and Central America. So there's no reason they wouldn't be in the North America region as well. But that's a conversation for another day, because that also ties into Damian Barry. So
it does.
Yeah.
So there'll definitely be more of this, man. So we got we got another
rounded off this last one, you think, bro?
Yeah. You want me to we'll start that one. You said it starts at 10.
No, it doesn't start at that. It's the first one. You can just play it and
Is it?
start off. Yeah, it ends at 10 minutes. So we're definitely gonna want to like maybe let it run, or like, you know, discuss the certain things you found creepy. So I think the segment's like kind of ended off with a short little story to end your night, kind of something to think about. And this is me and my brother's favorite horror story.
Are you sure this is the one?
You should play it on your phone to make sure, but I played it 3 or 4 times.
Okay, no, I trust you then. I trust you.
Let me make
All
sure. Let me make sure. Hold on.
Good.
But no, it's one of our favorite horror stories. It's I think maybe because we're from Minnesota.
Yeah.
So it's something that's like
Ryan, Kevin, and Tommy.
Yep, this is it.
That's it. All right, let me just make sure.
So this, as you get it going, Lazy Masquerade was like probably this is something I think you showed me this story.
Yeah.
I think like 2016 you showed me this. It's a while ago.
Yeah. I think I might have been living in Italy. Yeah.
You might have been up. So might have been up for the surgery. I think that's what it was. You're up for the surgery. You play me like when I had me and dad our surgery.
Yeah.
You play me this story. And so I got into this whole creepy story. This is a story from, I think it's called Let's Not Meet or something on Reddit. So people post their like true life horror like stories on Reddit, and this guy used to take those stories and kind of make a narration out of it. So shout out Lazy Masquerade. He's not the same creator that used to be. Obviously, he morphed. But this is one of our favorite like creepy stories that always kind of get you thinking and kind of shake you up a little bit. So we're gonna react to it. Probably pause it in a little section that kind of like get us going, and I want to see what y'all think about it. So
all right, here we go. Definitely not video file. Share screen. All right, here we go.
I hope this is it. Hopefully this should be.
I think so. Let's do it.
During the midsummer, usually around the middle of July, me and a few of my good friends, Ryan, Kevin, and Tommy, always made time to go up to Kev's family cabin, located on the Vermilion Lake, way up north in the forest of Minnesota. Throughout all of our young years, we would always go there, accompanied by Kevin's dad, and sometimes a few of our dads as well. Once we were juniors in high school, we felt mature enough and old enough to go to the cabin on our own, finally without Kevin's dad, or any other adult supervision. My friend's cabin is very remote and very little,
I love his
based upon a
voice.
very large island.
Very good duration.
Other cabins were on the island, but the next one closest to us was a solid half away at least, which you could get to by taking a man-made path around the island. I want to mention that to get to my friend's cabin, you had to park on the gravel road on the opposite side of the island and take his boat across the lake,
Keep that
about
in
half a
mind,
mile
guys.
to reach the cabin.
So
This lake's very huge.
So they had to park somewhere else, right? And then take a boat across the water to get to the cabin because it's in a very it's hard to get to. It's kind of secluded.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Minnesota, if you're not from Minnesota, is lake.
Yeah, everywhere.
Lakes everywhere, and so
Yeah.
a lot of the ones up north, you're gonna have to drive your car to your you're gonna have a boat at a dock. You get on you dock on that boat, and you're gonna be on an island or whatever.
Right.
Lake Vermilion, Levi, I'm pretty sure is. I want to say it's part of Lake of the Isles, isn't it? Or Lake? No, not Lake of the Isles. Lake of the Woods. I'm
Was that
pretty
Lake of the
it's
Woods?
part-
Okay.
I think it's about right there. So it's north. But yeah, so like a lot of this isn't something I never heard before. I've had friends I went to school with. They have cabins and they'd be on islands. You had to take a boat too. So creepy, but it's nothing new up here.
Right. All right, so keep going.
My mind always had a tendency to run around when I was sleeping there. The cabin was all on one level, with 2 bedrooms next to one another, a kitchen/living room connected, and a bathroom in the back of the cabin. There was always one window in each of the rooms we'd sleep in, with no curtains to them at all, so it was very easy to see outside to the woods and lake. And this is where my mind would run.
That alone makes me feel very
As I always
uncomfortable.
thought someone was peering in. They never were, of course. I had been to this cabin a dozen times throughout my lifespan, and nothing had ever happened. And the older I got, the easier it was to sleep. Now for the event. We usually stayed about a week. Or 5 months.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Why?
Why you say it like that?
And now for the event.
Now for the event. Break down the weird place I'm going to. Let me break now the event's gonna happen.
Shoot, man. All right. So now we got a clear description. Let me go ahead and keep playing.
On the 3rd night during the trip, when we were finally on our own,
Oh,
we'd
hold
set up
up.
a campfire
What did
and
Levi
had been
say?
drinking
Hold
beer
on.
all night. I don't condone drinking underage.
Hold on, what did Levi say? Levi
This is the
said.
part where I think. Sorry, go
He said, "This is the part where I leave."
ahead. Levi, have you been up to Lake Vermilion or Lake of the Woods or anything like that? I've never been up there.
I've never been up there.
Been told to check it out. I heard
I wonder
it's
if Tyson has been up there.
But being the rebels we were, we happened to sneak some. We went out to his dock to gaze up at the magnificence of the stars and enjoy our buzz, when all of a sudden we heard something out of the water. That sounds like a fish jumping out to catch a bug.
Okay.
We quickly looked out to the lake with curiosity, wondering where the splash came from. Thankfully the moon was out that night, which lit up the lake, otherwise it would be dark as black, as there were no city lights for miles upon miles. My one friend Ryan began to point out, saying, what the hell's that? After looking closely and finally spotting what he was looking at, the only way I can describe it is it simply looked like a head out in the middle of the lake, just floating about, staring directly at us. It was about 3/4 worth of a football field length out in the lake from the dock. There's no question that I could see its features. It had long black hair and very palish skin like a face, but I couldn't make out the eyes, mouth, nose or chin, as if it was just a blob of pale skin with long black hair over it. I'll never forget that feeling that came over me. The hairs on my legs, neck, arm, they all stood up.
So
and I was paralyzed on the inside, ready to leave that moment.
He's
Say it
sensing
again?
it. He's sensing it already.
Have you ever? I'm busy with the chat. Have you ever seen something that it's not creepy, but it feels weird to you? I've had that feeling before, and I can kind of feel what he's saying. It's not horror, right? It's not
Right.
horrifying, but you're that's not right, and I'm gonna make something up in my head to make it seem like it fits, but it's not. That shouldn't be there. That you can. I've had that feeling before.
Oh, definitely.
I definitely had that feeling before.
Definitely.
But we told ourselves it was just a loon, as these birds were very popular night drifters on that lake and do their hunting late, and also have black with white colors on their coats, and hunt by diving deep in the water. So it was possible a loon all of a sudden popped up in the water after hunting them. Or at least that's what we tried to talk ourselves into. All of us having the creeps and noticing it wasn't moving one bit decided to go inside and drink more. I'd like to mention that there was a staircase outside my friend's cabin, about 8 stairs in length, down to the bottom where the fire pit was and the dock.
Remember that.
We soon forgot about the head with the help of the beer, until I had to use the bathroom really bad, and the only one inside was preoccupied. I went outside to do my business, seeing as we were in the great outdoors. Whilst taking a pee and glancing at the beautiful moonlit lake, I noticed that that black circle object was still there, but about 30 yards closer now. Still looking as if it was staring right at me. I could easily see the nose on the thing's face. Again, it was very pale, like it hadn't seen the sun for years. A very, very uneasy feeling came over me, and I immediately went inside to tell my other friends to come out and take a look. They all came outside to see it, still there, looking at us, as if this head was corked up at us, with its chin in the air. Nobody dared go out to the dock anymore, and we immediately went back inside. For a loon to stay out in the same spot for an hour or two made no sense to any of us.
Right.
This head-like object was stiff as a board and not moving a single muscle, just staring at us from the deck instead. There was no ripple effect at all in the lake where this object was. We said it was just a log and went back in. I could tell all the others felt uneasy too. A few hours would pass. It was super late into the night at this point, and we knew we needed to sleep. Being my curious self, I looked back outside one more time, and the black object had completely vanished. I couldn't help but feel a tremendous sense of relief, thinking the log must have floated off, or just hit shore somewhere. There was no AC in the cabin, and we had to open the windows or else we'd fry in the middle of the summer. Me and Tommy slept in the living room, while my 2 other friends slept in 2 separate bedrooms with their doors open. Not being able to sleep, but keeping my eyes shut, I began to hear someone walking around at the bottom of the stairs to the cabin. I thought I was going to shit bricks. No question who or whatever I heard down there was on the deck, pacing back and forth as if it made the sound of a boot clicking on the wood. It was as if they weren't sure of what they were doing with themselves. It lasted for about 3 minutes. Wanting to whisper to my buddy, but frozen in fear, I just kept my eyes shut and my ears on full alert. The footsteps sounded like they took 2 rapid steps up the deck stairs all of a sudden, but then turned around and sounded like they were sprinting down onto the man-made path. After it sounded like the steps were long gone and a couple of minutes had passed, I woke up Tommy and asked if he heard the steps, both of us sitting up. I was startled to see my friend Ryan walking out of his room and saying, "We need to leave," a minute after these steps had vanished. He must have heard us talking, so he felt like he could come out as well. Something was very disturbing about his expression, and I asked why. He woke up my other friend Kevin in the other room and said, "Let's go, get to the boat, it's time to go." Asking him what the hell was wrong, he explained to us quickly while grabbing his stuff, and I'll never forget what he told us. And neither will my other friends. He said when he was turning sides on his bed to get more comfortable, he saw someone peeking in at the top right corner of the window, and it quickly shifted out of view. He said all he saw was one eye, pale white skin, and long black hair. When we look back at what he experienced, it chills us to the bone realizing that since the face was in the top right corner of the window, this thing was either 8 foot tall, standing on something like bricks trying to peek in, or it was floating.
Nope. I'm out.
Ryan then continued to say, "Let's fucking go," very seriously.
Let's
Pause that. Pause that.
Absolutely disturbed the fuck out of our minds, and feeling like we were going to be sick. We all agreed.
You guys, so either this thing was 8 feet tall and standing on bricks, or it was floating.
or it
The
was
thing
floating.
that was in the river was floating, or sorry, in the lake was floating, or it was 10 feet tall.
Either or. Either or. What are you gonna do with that?
Time to go. The friend was right. It's time to leave the island.
He said he came in the room. We need to leave now.
Leave now. Man, what?
What? Bruh, a float, man.
And people are like, why do you want to go camping, Kobe? Nah. I don't want to see no 10-foot blonde or black-haired woman out. No, I don't want to see that.
Nah, man. Life is dangerous enough just being a black man in America when you leave the house. Nah, I'm cool. I don't need adventure. My life is an adventure.
Dad said there's no good choice.
No good choice.
None
Not at all.
I don't know what to choose. Do you want it to float or do you want to be 10 foot tall?
Right. Like
Levi say, I got it, bro.
Oh, you got it? Okay, go ahead, get it.
This is why you need. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm not big into guns, but at this moment, very much so. You need to
Nor I. But for that, I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that strap.
It's like, so we're saying like it's a thing from The Ring, but it's 10 foot tall. Or no,
That's what it sounded like because it's pale. It has long black hair.
Humanoid. It's a humanoid creature.
Humanoid. It had one eye poking.
At least one eye.
Yeah, at least one eye. I don't know, man. I'll keep going. I took like a little bit just so we could re-hear that description.
Man.
8 foot tall, standing on something like bricks trying to peek in, or it was floating. Ryan then continued to say, "Let's fucking go," very seriously. Absolutely disturbed the fuck out of our minds, and feeling like we were going to be sick, we all agreed and packed our stuff and booked it out of there. And as we headed down the stairs, we saw footprints in the dirt, heading off into the path, and all around the cabin.
Bruh.
Shoot
We
it.
picked up our step getting to the boat, not knowing what was around us or watching us. We threw our stuff on the boat, untied it, and sped off. I didn't even think about the head in the water anymore.
Put that up, Kobe.
My eyes were just glued on the island, trying to spot anything moving. But I saw nothing.
Running.
When we finally got our stuff packed into the car, we hopped in and took off. After driving for about 10 miles, Ryan, who said he saw the person outside his window, all of a sudden broke down in the car, sobbing, saying, "What was it, guys? What the fuck did I see?" We called our parents to tell them what happened on the way back, and that Ryan was really freaked out, and they told us to get home quickly and safely. It was late, about 4 or 5 in the morning, but no one slept and it was a very quiet ride home. My friend's dad, who owned the cabin, went up the following weekend and said he experienced nothing while there.
Went up by
Did
himself?
mention footprints were still lingering about, which he thought odd because someone was walking around his property, which bugged him really badly.
Footprints were still there.
Whatever Ryan saw in the window really hit him hard.
For real.
After his breakdown, he had trouble sleeping multiple nights, and ending up having to seek help for a couple of weeks. As time went by, he ended up being fine, but isn't too comfortable sleeping next to a window without a curtain.
Nor would I.
To this day, I can't explain what happened and why it seemed to happen to us, nor can I explain what I saw in the lake, or what Ryan specifically saw. Nothing has happened to the cabin since that night, so we're told by my friend's dad who owns it. I personally decided to never go back to the cabin,
Smart.
which really makes me sad because I had great childhood memories there. Tommy and Kevin have both gone back and been fine, but Ryan refuses to go back as well, and I'm with him. A lot of people have cabins on this island, so it could have been a prank in the making that got busted when Ryan saw the person at the window. Or maybe the person possibly wanted to do something worse. I'll never be able to explain what was floating in the lake, but the fact that this incident, along with the footprints and the person that Ryan saw in the window, all happened in the same night, seems like something more than a coincidence.
Man, yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah. I won't be in no cabins, so y'all invite me. I ain't going to that.
I'd do a cabin. I would do a cabin even after that. But look, man, there better be no window rain. No
I need curtains. I need
Yeah,
curtains
I
in
need
my room.
curtains.
I'm not seeing nothing in my window.
Yeah, I wonder if
Bro.
Emily's still. Emily, you ever seen anything weird happen at your cabin? I wonder if
Up
she's still
north?
online. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
yeah,
man.
yeah. No, that was one of my favorite stories. It creeps
Yeah.
me out. Even till now, I've heard that story probably, I don't know, a bunch. And even
Yeah.
now, I'm just like, that. It's funny is that when we first heard that story, there's actually another story similar to that.
Yeah, there's another story similar to that where somebody saw us the same thing. They actually came in more. They saw it closer up though, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it came after him kind of more.
Right.
I think
right.
it was like they were out there with their kids or something like that. I forgot.
Out there was something. It might have been the kids or a dog or something, but they were there with somebody. And they had to kind of take this thing on, right?
I don't know
if they ever got physical.
No. They just saw it. Were like, let's get out the water.
Yeah.
But
I
no. Go ahead. Bro.
I think it was a merman.
I don't know what that thing was. I don't know why would a merman be in Minnesota?
All that water out there, that's a good place to be a merman.
Yeah, Minnesota, northern Minnesota has always been creepy to me.
Yeah.
I'm like Levi said, only for this north I think I've been is Duluth. I've been to Michigan, like northern Michigan back in my youth, which was cool. But yeah, I've never been to like
the border waters or anything like that.
None of that. But that was our scary story segment. Honestly, that's kind of something I hope to nourish and foster in other people telling us their story. Maybe we reread them.
Yeah.
Or we just do more of those, or we kind of let's do it and react to it. But yeah, if you have a scary story you want us to read or let us know about, definitely hit us up. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
but no, that was dope. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, no, I definitely have some. You've got some.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we're not the only ones.
Right.
I know Shell's got some. I know Mom and Dad, they got they got a lot.
Treasure chest of stories. Yeah, they see stuff.
Yeah. So we'll have to tell those stories, on some of these episodes. But this was fun, man. This was good. What did it say? It's lakes, not the ocean. I see. I know what you mean, T. Because mermaids are they're more known to be in the ocean more than they are. They like salt water. But
yeah.
This could be another version of that. You know what I mean? A freshwater type cryptid.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know what that is, bro. I'm just gonna lie,
you don't want no smoke with it.
running into to the ring lady in the water. That's just a lot for me. I'm already scared of the water. Now you got, you know what I'm saying? You got things in the water, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we got this lake out here, Lake Louisville, and somebody goes missing in that lake every year.
Really?
Yeah, every year.
That's in Minnesota. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but that's like what's the lake? Is it St. Croix? Lake St. Croix? People every time people down that river, not lake, it's a river. People down that river every year, and it's a little bit different. Like the geography is kind of messed up, but still, it's just whirlpools in that river.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's a it's taking a lot of people's lives. So if you go swim in that river, be careful because I swam it before, so it's definitely dangerous. But
man,
be careful around the water.
Yeah, I'll just stick to the lakes, bro. Yeah. A river, ocean. I swam in the ocean before. That's not bad, but
I went to a camp and we started off at Lake St. Croix, so we did kind of canoe and swim in it, but a lot of people have passed from
That's
being in
crazy.
the water over there. It's dangerous, so just watch yourself if you're over there.
Yeah, be careful, man, because if it's not, Mother Nature that pulls you under, it could be one of these things.
Yep. Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying.
Man.
It's funny. T's on T. T. You remember that place that we used to rehearse at? That place I lived in North Minneapolis, not North Minneapolis, South Minneapolis. I don't know if you remember how haunted that place was or not. I'm not sure if T and I ever really talked about it that
Your old
much.
crib, your old place.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta save that one.
We gotta save that one.
We gotta save that one.
That's a savory one, right?
That is just that. So next week we'll definitely have some more categories. I think that's when we should dive in. Ghosts and demons possibly would be dope. Maybe have a little video of that. Tell our stories of ghosts. So next week, I try to correct me if I'm wrong. We plan to do every Sunday streaming. So Sunday 7:30 we'll be on here. Talking about ghosts and ghouls. So definitely check us out.
UFOs.
Yeah, all that stuff. Anything new, we'll definitely talk about it if it's creepy. Or just weird.
Something that we can't describe at Walmart.
Yep. Yeah. She was bad though.
She was bad.
I don't know what you saw, but no.
T said he doesn't believe in ghosts. What? Bro, you should have stayed the night at that house. You would have seen something. You believe then. You believe then.
That's a creepy apartment. A townhouse.
A townhouse, yeah.
I didn't like that basement. I was not feeling the basement in that townhouse.
I
never saw anything, but I didn't like that place. Yeah.
I always felt there was something on the stairs, like on that basement. But we'll get into that. Again, that's a freaky story because it wasn't just my experience. There's other people had experiences there as well, even people that I know directly. So
even people who probably don't believe in ghosts. That's the thing. Like there's a lot of stuff that's going on at that place. So
yeah, T, it was the old house, the one in South Minneapolis, the one that we used to rehearse at all the time. I think that's where I lived when I first met you, when we first started the group. T's over in Instagram, so his Instagram doesn't come up for some reason in the StreamYard, so I can't post this comment.
Yeah, we'll get that figured out. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm sure we'll get it figured out, but is it in private chat maybe? Yeah, no, it's not. That's weird. Anyways, we'll figure it out. But no, we appreciate y'all. We'll be back on Sundays. If it gets more emotion, maybe another day. But right now, it'll be on Sundays. And we'll have other clips out as well. And yeah.
We appreciate everybody joining, man. We had 11
people. It was wild for the first time.
For the first time, man.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people were popping in and out. So and it was kind of your idea. You're like, how do we promote? Like, I don't know, man. I'm not good to promote. That's why I don't have any subscribers.
Yeah, we'll throw it on here.
But you got me going. On it. So I was just like, okay, well let me just try. And it looks like it worked. Okay, so he said I'm gonna have to chime in on the ghost talk. Okay. All right, man. We'll bring you on at a time, T. Just let me know when you want to come on, and I can send you an invite to the stream. We're about to end this one here in a little bit, but it'd be nice you could jump on, man, and share. I know you say you don't believe in ghosts, but maybe you got some stories or whatever you want to share, or be that person who's just like, I don't believe. It's okay to not believe in it.
Oh,
and get
sure.
on a show like this,
for sure.
and and share why. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
for sure. I mean, I don't care.
Right.
I get you have your own experience.
Yeah,
so,
I probably wouldn't believe in them either had I not experienced, have my own experiences. So
right.
But yeah, that place was a hotbed. That place, T don't even know. T he was there all the time. He has no idea.
Bro, I didn't know, but that's one of the places where you knew it was weird. You would feel some the basement made me feel weird, but I never knew why. You're just a kid,
right?
But now I'm like, oh, maybe that's why. Because that place was I didn't like spending the night there. I didn't like that place too much. But.
Yeah, that place was a hot mess. T said he's in. He said, sure, I'm in. Cool. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. Yeah, and there's another house that we lived in on the east side of St. Paul, so we'll tell some stories
That
about
one was
that
fun. Yeah, that one was
as
fun.
well.
Yeah,
Matter of fact,
I
T helped me investigate the upstairs one time. I don't know if T you remember that, but that place in St. Paul, we kept hearing steps and stuff up
Yep.
there, and nobody was supposed to be living there, and the apartment was open, so T went up there with me to check it out. So, cause he ain't scared of no ghost.
And no one was up there.
Nobody was up there.
That was creepy. But like if you spent the night there, like I remember being in that living room like 2 a.m. Someone just walked to the bathroom. You're like, or like turn a light on. You're like, it's weird. It
Yeah.
was weird. It was weird.
That place was jacked up. What's his dad said? I lived in a haunted house. Yeah, he did. He grew.
Yep.
Pops grew up in a haunted house.
Yep.
And again, it's Pops probably be one of them people too. Like, hey, I don't believe in that. We're very critical thinkers, or whatever. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We don't just believe in everything that people tell us, but he experienced that. So
Yep.
made him believe it. So I think Ghost followed shot. Yeah, I had something on me for a while. I had something
Yeah,
on me.
you did that Shadow Man.
Yeah, I shook
Yeah.
it finally. I think
Right.
it's still in Indianapolis. I finally shook it. So
Yeah,
haven't
man.
haven't seen
Hey.
anything for a while. Hey, thanks for joining, Fats. I appreciate it. Over on Instagram.
Okay. Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah, so that's dope. Yeah, so we got 3 people on Instagram. We got 11 people on Facebook and YouTube. So that's dope, man. But yeah, we got plenty of stories to tell. Super excited to be doing a podcast with my little bro on something that I'm really interested in.
You're
So
right. It's fun. Yeah.
so I'm glad that you guys were able to pull up and take some time with us and share Sunday evening with us. So that's awesome. And this is the first time
Appreciate it.
that we appreciate it. This is the first time that I streamed on Instagram as well. So we'll continue to do that.
Yeah, man. I don't think many people on my side of know I even care about this stuff. So I'm glad that I can show this side of my personality a little bit more. And yeah, man, we'll keep
Hell
it
yeah.
going.
It's gonna get deep, y'all.
It's gonna
It's
get
gonna be-
better.
Yeah, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get deep. We're gonna delve into some stuff that will may cause and create some conversations in the chat. Hopefully, it never really gets heated. Everybody just have an open mind.
Yeah, I
And
hope not. Yeah.
keep your tinfoil hat on and all that good stuff. So
Embrace the weird, right?
embrace the weird, man. Embrace the weird. Man, it helps with the mundane life, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like to know that there's a whole nother world out there that we don't know. And then maybe we'll get into that missing flight, the Malaysia flight.
Right. We'll get into anything
Yeah.
weird or different. We're gonna get into it. If we can find it, we'll look into it, talk about it. Yeah, man, this is fun. This is the first podcast. It didn't seem like a bunch of work that I've done, so I like that. You know what I mean? So there'll be more coming. Definitely keep this consistent. So
Heck yeah. All right, so you want to wrap it up, brother?
I'll wrap it up. Yeah, I just want to remind y'all, watch your 6 and don't whistle at night, and we'll see you again.
Peace.
Peace.